This is our next and final part, Part 6, Reflection and Transfer, where we will be learning how to use EMI skills everywhere. What have we learned today? Well, we have learned about how EMI works. We have learned about survival classroom language. We have learned about how to use an academic tone in our biomedical English classes. We have learned about understanding instructions and participating in discussions. The main idea here is that these are just foundational academic skills that we can develop as we go. To be successful with EMI, you need participation, you need to develop your own strategy, and you need to practice often. What it does not mean is that you need perfect English in order to succeed. Where will you use these skills during your studies and elsewhere? Well, you will use them in lectures, you'll use them in labs, you will use them in presentations, group discussions, exams, and during reading and doing research. An example of how you will use EMI in labs. You must be able to understand instructions, ask clarification questions, confirm procedures, discuss the results with your classmates and your instructors, and understand that language supports safety and accuracy in the lab environment. An example of how you will use EMI in lectures. You must be able to listen for main ideas, ask questions, confirm your understanding, and take notes. An example how you will use EMI in discussion. You will need to understand how to agree and disagree, and to be able to do so politely and academically. You should be able to explain your ideas clearly and confidently. You should be able to ask for clarification when needed, and you should be able to build your shared understanding with your classmates. Next, we'll talk about confidence development. EMI confidence grows through repetition, participation, making small improvements every time, and continuing to practice and continuing your exposure to English as often as possible. Making progress is a mindset. You will not necessarily understand everything immediately. However, you will understand more and more each week and as time goes by if you stay focused. These skills will transfer to other subjects and other skills in life. They work in biology, chemistry, nursing, public health, and other medical courses, not to mention in your everyday life and in social situations. Now let's consider your long-term EMI growth. This course will build your academic confidence, your communication ability, and your biomedical learning strategies. It is not just English language learning. It is not just building your English ability. A few words of encouragement. You do belong in the EMI classroom. Your English will improve, and your biomedical knowledge will grow. Just have confidence. Remember, EMI is a skill, and skills improve with practice, participation, and developing a strategy that works for you. Let's contribute to building your biomedical English confidence step by step, and I'll be there with you the whole way. Now let's try and reflect. Write down one EMI skill that I will use in my next class. Now say it out loud. In my next EMI class, I will... Now let's preview Module 2. Next, we will focus on listening and note-taking. Students often struggle with fast lectures, unfamiliar vocabulary, and dense information. We will learn how to manage these problems in our next module.